You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Closed captioning provided by...
From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Lena Martinez is suing Gerald Demney in the amount of $750.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated.
Ms. Martinez claims her teen was promised a choir solo and says Mr. Demney crushed her daughter's dreams when he took the solo away. So she is entitled to a refund.
State your name.
My name's Lena Martinez.
Gerald Demney.
All right. And ma'am, you're suing Gerald for $750, alleging your daughter was denied a solo role in a choir and therefore broke the contract.
Indeed.
Start with you.
Well, my daughter has been singing in a choir since she was a little girl at our church.
How old is she now?
She's 14. So she's been singing since she was 2 at the church. And she wanted to start singing more competitively. So I was at the community center and I saw an advertisement and it seemed like a great opportunity. So I looked up his website and it showed that every child got to have a solo at the end of the 12-week session.
Every child in the choir?
Every child in the choir got to have a solo.
How many members of the choir do you know?
There's 10.
Okay.
They have 5 boys and 5 girls.
Okay.
So
you had a solo, didn't you, scheduled?
I had a almost solo.
And you couldn't sing, so they canceled
it was me and Greg. We had a solo together, my brother.
And they canceled y'all because you couldn't sing?
It was a big storm. They canceled everything.
Wasn't it? It was a big storm for your sister, but they still let her sing.
They were going to reschedule it.
I don't remember all that.
My schedule didn't work out with the new schedule, and so we never did it. I could give you a little...
You can give a solo?
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah.
That's it?
That's my solo.
That's it?
That's the one that got postponed.
It was so low we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, it was so low. I like that. Give me some background on what you do.
I am a bass baritone singer and actor. I've been directing choirs since I was 18, 19 years old. I grew up in the historic Baptist church.
Where?
California. Started singing very young, up through high school, college, community choirs all over.
When did you start directing?
When I was about 17, 18 years old, I expressed an interest in directing. My choir director, I loved her style of doing it. Sometimes my pastor, whenever the Spirit would move him, he would get up and do stuff. That's what really pushed me forward. And I felt that I had that same spirit within me.
You ever get solos?
Well,
I know you were the choir director. Why wouldn't they let you give a solo? Why did they have you direct instead of solo?
I was in the choir. I was a member of the choir.
Okay.
Let's hear your voice.
Like him. Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord?
All right. And so, do you do this professionally? It sounds like you have a choir that you train and they perform at shows.
Yes.
Tell me about that. How long you've done that and what does it consist of?
So the choir that I have now, the youth choir, we've been in production for about 5 years now. So far it's 10 members and we're looking to expand, add new members. come in and expand.
Is it part of a church or
it's
is
a community choir?
Okay.
So you don't have to be part of a particular parish.
Do you all get grants and stuff, or how do you?
Sometimes we get grants, we get scholarships. We're mainly funded by the community.
Do you get paid, or is this a
Funded by the
volunteer for the
parents.
community?
Say again?
Do you get a salary, or is this something you're doing to contribute to the community?
It's both. It's
Okay.
both.
A big salary or small?
It's a small salary. Most of what
Trying
I'm
to see
given,
how much of this is coming from your heart. I get the impression much of it is coming from your heart,
Yeah,
just wanting to help young
Yes.
people and participate in advancing the lives of young people. And
yes,
so,
sir. I'm pouring back into the
there
community
you
what
go.
was poured into
We
me
need
when I
more
was younger.
folks like you.
Yes.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
He has good reviews. However, he singled out my daughter and he demeaned her in class in front of all of the other students.
How so?
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Closed captioning provided by
What are folks 60 and older learning these days?
New perspectives. How to fix things. Fun recipe.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Lena Martinez, who is suing Gerald Demney for breach of contract.
The church is a good place to volunteer. Folks are always looking where they can volunteer. Ask your church. Or first you got to go to church. If not, look it
Amen.
up on your, look up volunteering in whatever city you're in. Volunteering in such and such city. I looked up volunteering in Los Angeles recently, and staff has reached out to, because
And
I'm
some-
no longer in Detroit and Chicago.
I didn't mean to cut you off. And some of the events that we do, some of them we don't even get paid. Some of it we do volunteer. Depends on the special occasion, or if it's for someone's homegoing celebration that was special in the community, we offer our services free of charge to that family. We do that as well.
Good. Proud of you. Thank you. And what type of competitions? Have you all won very many competitions, your choir?
Yes, within the past 5 years, we've won 2 regional state finalist competitions. We've won 2 so far within these short 5 years.
Okay. So what happened to cause you to sue?
Well, it was a 12-week program, and I signed this contract, and I paid him the $600, which is what the contract states. We are also required by him to purchase from him choir robes, which cost an additional $150 in order to perform. And the performance is at the end of the 12 weeks. My daughter wanted to join, and I thought it was going to be a great fit. He's got a great resume, as he just pointed out, and he has good reviews. However, he singled out my daughter, and he demeaned her in class in front of all of the other students.
Gave her
How so?
Well,
I can tell you
How?
exactly how he did me.
I told you the truth. Constructive criticism.
That's right. He tells
his
the
truth isn't
Tell
great
the
for
truth.
children.
Depends on how you present it. You tell me what happened.
Well, it's a 12-week program.
Yeah, I know, but you said that he belittles your daughter. Tell me how. What did he say to her?
He told her that she was off key, and as she was presenting her solo for the very first time to him, after 10 weeks of singing with him, he just was talking through her entire solo, telling her what to do and giving her note after note. And she didn't know if she should stop singing or if she should keep going, but she's been taught to keep going. So she just kept going as she's been taught to do, and he just kept on digging in on her.
Has she ever been a part of a choir that competes around the state?
No, this is her first competitive choir, but again, she has been singing since she was 5.
Competitive choirs require competitive and
Excellence.
strong energy from a director choreographer. So, and you sound like you have a problem because she didn't become the soloist.
Yes, because in our contract
What
it
did
states.
it guarantees her a solo?
She
Let's
was
see
given
it.
a solo. She was given a solo.
She didn't perform the solo.
The first week.
Therefore, we
Everyone,
will provide solo opportunities.
everyone, soloists and choir included, were given the same amount of time, all of the music within the same time. My goal was to focus on the choir first, get
And
them
this says
together.
solo opportunities, ma'am, meaning if you're not worthy of solo, you're not going to get it. Go ahead.
Yes. So opportunity was given to her. It was her first time in the choir, and from her audition, I knew she had a phenomenal voice. So I wanted
Yes, she does.
So I wanted to see what that voice could do, what that gift could do. I gave her and other soloists the same amount of time to start studying their music. From the first week, the same time that the choir got their music as well. I focused mainly on the choir to get them together, and then later on, towards showtime, focus on the soloists, get them together as well, and then put everything together once dress rehearsals and tech week got together, so we're all on the same page.
But he waited until week 10 to listen to her solo for the very first time.
started
She
listening.
practiced. He wanted her to practice for the 10 weeks to
She
get,
practiced
and give her
every
best.
day.
Yes.
Well, that's
She
why
even
he
performed
waited,
it in
ma'am.
front
You
of
don't have to
friends.
tell me why he waited. It's very common sense. Let her practice for 10 weeks so that when she waits and comes to me, she's in the best shape she could be in, and therefore I could trust that she would do a good job. If she came to him in the second week, I promise you, she would not be the same the 10th week. She would be a lot better. So you should be happy that
That
he
is
waited
his
10
job.
weeks. Go ahead, sir.
So I started working with the soloists maybe after the 5th and 6th week, checking up on them, seeing how they were doing, seeing if they had any problems, seeing if they had any questions for me, how to emote the song, how to correctly sing the song, because not every singer can sing every song. You know, like as much of a big voice as I have, I can't go out and sing Jennifer Holiday, and I'm telling you,
Correct.
I do not fit in that forte.
Or Smokey.
Or Smokey. I can't, ain't misbehaving, I can't do that either. That once you know your niche as a singer, you stick
Correct.
with it. You know? So,
Baritone can't sing typically opera.
no.
Coming up,
I wanted him to be teaching my daughter, but that's not what ended up happening.
He
I
didn't
mean, he
teach
was
her?
teaching them diversity, but now he's saying she can't sing this song.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
closed captioning provided by
You love this style of shoe. Now they come in hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Just slip in and go with no bending down and no touching them. Try hands-free Skechers slip-ins.
You're watching This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with a case of Lena Martinez, who is suing Gerald Demney for breach of contract.
His whole pitch on his website is how he teaches all of the children diversity in singing. So he includes all sorts of diverse singing within the program, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted him to be teaching my daughter. But that's not what ended up happening.
He didn't
he
teach
was
her?
teaching them diversity, but now he's saying she can't sing this song. Well, then he shouldn't have given her that song.
What I was telling her was that if the song was too much for her, then give it to someone else who can deliver.
She felt she was comfortable with the song. She knew the song
And when
before you gave it to her. She's
when
been
I
singing
asked
it
her-
for
Man,
years.
you know what you come across as? Mother or father of a kid athlete. They do the exact same thing. You didn't give my child a chance to start. My child is better than all of them. My child comes home and he shoots 100 shots at that basket every evening. And I look out there and he rarely misses. Put my child in there. Then the other part, I don't like the way you're talking. Why do you have to yell at my child? Why do you have to talk so mean to my child? That's their coaching style. Anybody that knows anything about sports or working under a coach. Some have different management styles, just like managers in the employment, in the workplace. Some operate through fear. Some operate through respect. Some operate through other means. So, like me, I operate through comedy with my staff, but I really mean what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Coming up.
It means if something else comes along and she's more matured, and she's ready to deliver, then she'll have that opportunity.
Let me ask you, was there homework to be done?
Yes.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Closed caption.
Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Lena Martinez, who is suing Gerald Demney for breach of contract.
I don't think you're understanding is that that's exactly what a coach does. They have their own style. Coach of Michigan State, all he does is yell and curse his players out. And they go to the Final Four about every other year and won several championships. Others, Coach K from Duke, the winningest program in basketball history, all he does, he's very quiet. Doesn't talk loud. Winning this program. Coaches have different styles, and it is not uncommon. You're like most parents whose child is not getting a lot of time or isn't one of the top 5 stars on the team. They think my child can do that. My child is better than that person. You're not giving my child the opportunity to show how good he is. Your child's not ready, ma'am, or your child hasn't practiced enough. You're not giving him an opportunity to show that he's ready. You put him out there in the middle of the game for 2 minutes. Who can do anything in 2 minutes? He has to get warmed up. All of that.
And mind you, Your Honor, my giving the solo away to someone else did not mean that she did not have any vocal ability at all. It just meant that she wasn't ready. It did not mean
it's
that
your job to get her
it did
ready.
not mean that she was out of the choir. It means if something else comes along and she's more matured, and she's ready to deliver, then she'll have that opportunity.
Let me ask you, was there homework to be done?
Yes.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. Judge Mathis. You said it's his job to get her ready. It's also
his job
your
to teach.
job to get her prepared with that homework. So
She's a straight A
it's both your
student.
jobs. And he doesn't have to sacrifice. Why do you think he wouldn't want her to do it? You think he doesn't like her?
She wouldn't be in my
Hold on,
choir.
hold on, sir, let her talk.
He actually told her she was going to ruin
I'm
the
asking you,
concert.
why did he change then? Why didn't he let her do it?
Because he liked the other girl better.
Okay, that's what every parent says. You don't like my child. That's why you
didn't
don't
even
like my
teach her
kid.
the solo.
That's enough, ma'am. Your claim is dismissed. This is very typical that a parent doesn't get what they want for their child and they act like they've been treated unfairly. No, your child was working at a level that wins state championships and was not ready that day for this song, and he was not going to risk losing a state championship or regional championship that he typically wins just because you don't like that your child wasn't getting the solo that she wasn't prepared for. Solo opportunity means just that. He gave her the opportunity and she didn't make it. Have a good day. Claim dismissed.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
You should go back to Broadway and stop teaching children.
At least I made it to Broadway.
You should go back.
Right this way after you, ma'am.